Come walk with me and save your toes and feet. Yeah, I said, come walk with me. Great ride isn't, y'all. Great ride isn't. Come on for the walk. Or, get your chair. Let me put this over here. I carry my cameras down there. Get your chairs. Get your weights. Get your mats if you're going to do some stretches. Line up if you're walking wall to wall. Or just walk stepping back and forth. Remember like when I was in Nevada? Right? So, thanks for coming on. Well, I'm Vicki. I'm coming to you live from the penal colony, aka USA, aka America. Let's start the walk. Hey y'all, I think I'm having anxiety attacks. Y'all know the CD is coming out tomorrow. I'm walking, trying to save my feet and toes with the talented maestro. That's what I call him. Ron Jackson, guitarist. He plays 7 strings. And he's featured on my song. Yes. And it comes out tomorrow. So I think I'm having little anxiety attacks. I was talking, vibing with the ancestors. Can't say talking, they put me in the crazy house. I've been vibing with the ancestors. And they always have to say, this is what they always say, you're putting it out on the ethers. Because, there's no screenplay for this week. So we just have the introduction of the song and remembering slavery. Over the years, weird things happen when I share my screenplays, my short stories, my concept, my plays with my family. I didn't talk too much to my niece before I sent her the screenplay. Now I don't hear anything. So, though I'm excited about the CD, I got a feeling the worst mistake I did was to send that screenplay out. I don't think my daughter read it. She loved it. She think I had friends, actors, actresses, just regular folks read it, loved it. Of all backgrounds, loved it. But I never really gave the script, this one or the one after it, to real close family members. Like my sisters, never gave it to them. Never gave any of my scripts to them to read. And my nieces and nephews. Because the things I did give to them to read, it got weird real fast. It got real weird real fast. And so I promised myself that I just wouldn't do it no more. So when I saw that script, and the ancestors were like, oh, Juneteenth coming up, read it at Juneteenth. And I was like, oh, it could need a little work. And they said, send it to your niece. And even though it was hard for me to send it to her, I didn't take that as a sign to stop. And the universe was saying, don't send it, don't send it, don't send it, don't send it. The universe was saying, don't send it, don't send it, don't send it. But the ancestors were saying, send it, send it, send it, send it. Hurry up, put it in an envelope, hurry up and get it. I should have listened to the universe. It has a longer memory. Oh, so no reading of the screenplay, but I did do a new episode. I edited a new episode. I haven't put it up yet of the Pond Moves First podcast. The Pond Moves First podcast. So I got that. Now I got all this on. I was like, you know what? I got headbands. Let me put on a headband. Let me just wear the black t-shirt and these pants, and I'll be cool. And I got another vibe. So I said, you chica, you only walk for a half hour. As much sweat as you can get, or as much as you can make your body work, and that half hour, you go for it. Put that shirt on. Put that turban on. And get downstairs and sweat. Sometimes they're not nice to me. They love me, but they know how to get through to me. So I think I'm feeling anxious. And I don't know why. I'm on CD. And it's Juneteenth, so I'll be vibing to you what the ancestors be vibing to me. And they done stirred it already. And I be vibing back to them. I'm just happy I know. I'm just happy I didn't have to wait until my matter and energy separated for me to know this information. I am so happy. They was like in the jail, they didn't even know it because they never did anything. Because the way the Hatfields and McCoys taught them right and wrong, there was no need for them to be enslaved. So they was a little confused-fidicated. They was a little confused-fidicated. They ain't break no laws. They didn't do nothing, but yet, here they were. And I thought about my Aunt Lucy. She was one for the books. But she never said people are racist or people... She never said that. She always said, well, you know they're ignorant. If she saw, like, a cop killing something, her response would be, well, you know they're ignorant. And I'd be like, what has that got to do with anything? Racism, discrimination? You know they're ignorant. That was her response. And I couldn't really figure it out. Couldn't figure out what was she talking about. She never said racist. She never called them haters. Nothing. None of that stuff. She said, you know they're ignorant. And I get it. I'm 65. I get it. There's laws on the books that wardens have to follow. Because this is a penal colony, they can pull out a law that they can teach nothing about African Americans on this penal colony. It's on the books. This is a penal colony. It's on their books in their penal state. They just don't pull it out. But those who pull it out and use it, that's what it's there for. Now, as I told y'all, it wasn't for the Afro movement in New York City back in the 60s, I would have never known I came from Africa. I would probably have to wait till I got old and went to school and dug down into the bowels of the library to find out. They never said. I told y'all when I said, they said, oh, I know little white kids that came from Ireland. I know little Italian kids that came from Italy or France. I know a lot of Hispanic kids. They said South America, they would say Spain. And they never would say anything about African Americans. So I raised my hand and I said, well, what about me? I didn't know. And they changed the subject. We go on to something else. All those years. So then when they came out with the Afro movement, everything was Afro. And African dancing and African and Afros, and we had Afros and hair picks and African jewelries and dashikis and all that wonderful stuff. And they kept saying, you're descendants of Africans from Africa. I was like, what? What? This is the first I'm hearing it. I just thought I was a darky Negro. That came from nothing, nowhere, just one day just appeared. Darky Negro just appeared. Now I had heard about African countries, but on this penal colony, all displays of African countries are showed with little kids swatting flies. I'm telling you, and extended stomachs. Or they would put on Johnny Weisenberger Hauer, and he would swing from trees in a diaper. And that's what they told us was African. And during the Afro movement, we learned so much more. And I was like, I knew we were supposed to be proud. I knew we were supposed, I just knew it. I just knew it. But everybody kept saying, oh, shut up. You're so stupid. I was just, I know. You know, the adults just say, oh, we're not going to get anywhere. They're always going to stop us. And I was like, no. No, I just knew we came from a better stock. I didn't know how. I just knew. So when that came out, and we could wear dashikis, we could wear African beads, we could wear afros, and honey, they squashed that shit by the 70s. Yes, indeed, honey. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Or maybe just by the time I got down south, and I said Afro or African, and they kept saying, where your spirit, where your spirit, I kind of knew where I was. And again, now I can use my aunt's words. Just ignorant. Just ignorant. And I'm so at peace with that. Because you have to have some kind of conscious knowledge for racism or hate and stuff like that, but you have no idea, and what you're basing, or you should have a base. You have no idea what this penal colony, these white folks are, that they have no idea what's the foundation of their rage. Surely not from nothing we've done to them. Serial killers do more to them every year than we've ever done to them. So it couldn't be that. So the hate from the King of England, and when our ancestors warred with Europe and ruled Europe and was defeated by Europe and was put on penal colonies. This USA, aka America, which is definitely, look at the records, a penal colony. And that's why they're wardens. They're not president and Supreme Court judges. They're just wardens. Their jobs are to enforce the laws of the penal colony on the people to which the penal colony was formed for, the descendants of the people for which the penal colony came about for. Telling you, whew, when my mad and energy separate, I'm telling you, I ain't mad about it. I done put too many people in the grave that kept asking me, why they doing this, Vicki? Why they treating us like this? Why they stealing? Why they killing us? Why? It's a penal colony. Not the brick and mortar, though they're there. As a reminder. So, oh, yes, I'm sweating, ancestors. Yes, indeed. If I didn't have all this stuff on, I probably wouldn't be sweating. But they said we're here to sweat. Let's take a water break. I said I'm walking, y'all, trying to save my feet and toes. Cause if I stop walking, y'all, they'll cut me up until I'm just a nose. I'm walking, y'all, trying to save my feet and toes. Yeah, I said I'm walking, y'all, trying to stay ahead of the sugar cane. If I stop walking, y'all, the cane gonna trip me up. Yeah, come walk with me. Save your feet and toes. Yeah, I said come walk with me. Save your feet and toes. Cause if I stop walking, y'all, they'll cut me up until I'm just a nose. Yeah, come walk with me and save your toes and feet. Yeah, I said come walk with me. Save your toes and feet. Cause when you walk with me, you can eat the food you want to eat. I'm walking, y'all, trying to save my feet and toes. I said I'm walking, y'all, trying to save my feet and toes. Cause if I stop walking, y'all, they'll cut me up until I'm just a nose. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Ha ha ha. Let's wrap up the walk. Yes, I'm walking, trying to save my feet and toes with the internationally renowned 7-string guitar player, Ron Jackson. And it is beautiful. It is so motivating. It is so motivating. But you see, that's where my anxieties come from. I've lost more friends by asking them to exercise than if I had had the coronavirus. Man, either they would start staying away from me because I'd be asking them, yeah, you want to come to the gym? Yeah, I can get you in as a visitor, blah, 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 blah. They wasn't hearing it. And then slowly I became a pariah. You want to go to Memorial Field and work out and stuff? Oof. Some did. And then they would do too much when I said, do your pace so you can do it longer. Steady your pace. They don't want to do that. So they wind up getting hurt, or they don't understand muscle pain and other kind of pains. Like go home, slap your ice on it, in about 5 or 10 minutes, the pain is gone. But they didn't understand that. They don't understand that kind of pain. So, and then if I got them and they go to the gym with me, I would say, no, don't start with 50-pound weights. You haven't lifted weights yet. I had to beg you to come to the gym. How you gonna start at 50? So of course something would be hurt, and they would never come back. So I'm glad I have this show, because I always have at least one. Hey Diane, hey Canada. I think I see Loretta sometime. And others give me a like, but I don't know if they, exercise along with me. But this is the safest way that I'm guaranteed to have friends that we just walk in the morning. So that song is so motivating, especially with Ron's guitar. Oh my goodness. It'll have you up and walking and walking and walking and walking. And you'll say, wait a minute. I just walked for an hour. The last thing I remember is putting all out walking, trying to save my feet and toes. Yeah, I'm sharing with y'all my dreams. So, I'm a little scared of that. Like I said, Miss Nicole, she is the only one of my friends that anything to do with exercise, she's always down. We did ballroom dancing together, whole family, and we did ballroom dancing. Then we went over and we did Planet Fitness, the whole family. It was so great for like a year and a half before the coronavirus came. And it was so good. And everybody was just working out and having a real good time. And then the virus came. But then I said, Miss Nicole, you want to start roller skating? And she said, yeah, I always want to. No one understands why I love that woman. We don't have a relationship where we kick back and do nothing and stare at each other and talk. We don't have that relationship. We have the relationship of exercising together and then talking in between exercising. The most I say to her when we're roller skating is, hey. So we talk on the way to the roller skating rink and the way home. But not at the rink. We skating. And that's my road dog. And I hope I'm her road dog as far as exercising is concerned. Because the tables may turn and I may get slow. And I may need her to say, hey, Vicki, let's go so-and-so and do so-and-so. Hey, Vicki. And to her, above anybody else, I would be more obligated to do it for her. Because she did it for me. Okay, that brings me to the ancestors. They always be looking for any opening. During this Juneteenth, instead of all that RIP shit, just tell them you love them. Just say, I love you. I just say, I love you. You ain't got to do all that Hatfield and McCoy explaining. And if you don't work like that. Just say, I love you. And stop taking their energy away from your family and yourself. Because, like my mother loved me. I remember Her laying in bed with me, her arms around me. I remember her giving me the biggest hugs. I remember. She died when I was 12, but I remember. So now, all of a sudden, how has she become this bad person? How is she this vile person, and this blonde hair, blue-eyed person in sandals is more important than her? That's impossible. I didn't know nothing as a child. I never opened my eyes and saw a blonde-haired, blue-eyed man hugging me in the bed. I never did see that blonde-haired, blue-eyed guy when I was in the ambulance and my mother was rushing me to the hospital. I don't remember seeing him. But I know she was there. And she always loved me. So why would her energy not love me now? Y'all need to ask yourself that. And give your family some props and respect. And stop giving up to this penal colony stuff. You see, the enslaved, they couldn't call on their ancestors because they didn't know who to call on. Remember, if you had a child who was taken away, they did everything for you not to be able to call on the energy of your ancestors. Stop with your RIP bullshit. Just say, I love you. And start vibing with them. My mother said, go to school, get a job, take care of yourself, love yourself. So I couldn't understand when I went down south that I was supposed to start hating her because she wasn't here. That I was supposed to RIP her because I felt her vibes. She saved me. Now the ancestors say, go volunteer, get away from these people, do this, do that. I listened to them because I vibe with them. But it was a secret. Because in cult world, the only person that is important, and you don't understand, you play both sides of the fence. Oh, Jesus. But my ancestors, but Jesus, you can't do that. One is a fake and one is energy you're insulting. One is a fake and the other is energy you're insulting. The energy you're insulting is your ancestors. Knock it off. Even my meanest aunt was there for me. But I ain't had to lean on her. But she was there for me. Now how all of a sudden she died? Stop insulting the ancestors, y'all. If you gotta say anything, just say I love them. Think of your memory and you say I love them. I never had a relationship with my Uncle Johnny, but I knew he drove buses. I knew he was a bus driver. And I know when I was first learning how to drive, I was so scared that the first thing that came out of my mouth was, "Oh, Uncle Johnny." And my mother, they came from Virginia. So she was raised driving tractor trailers because my grandfather was a sharecropper. So she knew how to drive with 2 feet because that's how you drive tractors, trucks, all that kind of stuff. So I said, "Oh, Mommy, get in the car." And I passed everything on the first try because they always want great success for me. Always want great success for me. Hey, Diane. Glad you're feeling better. I'm going to tell y'all Diane's business. So, They always love me. I always love my daughter. Do you know how offended I would be if I passed and she ignores my energy? I love her. That love is going to come back and protect her, just like I'm doing now. And she would turn around and say, well, Molly, your energy is demonic. This blonde-haired, blue-eyed person, though every blonde-haired, blue-eyed person you meet on this penal colony thinks you're trash. But go ahead. They always love me. So I call on them. But I'm 65, so I can put it in the open now. I couldn't put it in the open when I was younger. I was around the ignorance and the poison with these cults. So I couldn't. Whew. When I made choices, I called on them. Why? Because before I could make my own choices, they made some for me. Not all good, but they made them. So I was like, let's vibe. Whew. Yeah, y'all, I'm sweating. I'm going to have to go upstairs and take a shower. Whew. Tuck in your elbow, squeeze your gut. Neither up nor down. I've been looking at my video, and I think I'm going up too high. Let's do 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I'm hot, y'all. This little fan ain't doing nothing. Okay, let's do a little something. If I do like this. Hey, get out the camera. All right. Tuck in your elbows. Squeeze your gut. Neither up nor down. Let's go. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew. Sister sweating. Yeah. I start Juneteenth. They call it Teenth because this is a penal colony and they really have no idea when Texas freed the slave. They knew it was 2 years after the Emancipation Proclamation. But that's a penal state. That is a penal state. Laws are on the book, legislation. I'm sorry that you Caucasian women is caught up in it, but they can't kill enough of us, and we still having babies, and they want y'all to have more, so your kids can run this penal colony. So that's why they're stopping you from having any kind of, well, from owning your own vaginas. And I'm sorry that's happening to y'all. Such is life on the penal colony. Let me see what Diane said. Oh, thank you, Diane said, you go, girl. Love the encouragement you inspire. Thanks, Vicki. She said I rock. Thank you, Diane. Yay! Do y'all see the sweat? Let's see. Now I gotta go sit and take a shower. Thanks for coming on the walk. Like, comment, share. Tell uncle, tell auntie, tell cousin, tell a friend. Subscribe. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.